Is my marriage better now that I'm actually aware? What does that actually look like? What does that actually transpire? How has the relationship actually changed with this piece of awareness? First thing I want to point out really quick, and this applies to me and this applies to everyone else, is awareness is not the end all be all. There's a lot of people that are going to think if I could just get my narcissist aware, then things would change. There's a lot of awareness that narcissists have, and they also have a lot of they don't care. So as a result, even being aware doesn't affect people to the place of actually promoting and prompting and actually having change, true transformation from the inside out. Next thing I want to be able to say is my relationship with my wife has drastically changed, but that has not been based on her. That has been based on the truth. That has been based on me getting true to reality, true to the facts of the situation, and no longer living in a false sense of reality that is completely a lie, but that had me at the center of it. If you're in a relationship today with a toxic person and you don't know how to be free, please reach out for help. If you're in a relationship today and you're like, I don't know if he's changing, if it's going to work, I don't know if this is right, and you notice he's not honest, he's not vulnerable, and he's not willing to show consistent change, then you need to leave because you're not in a relationship. You're in a situation that is going to lead you down a road that's going to be very toxic and hard for you to break free. If you guys are new here, my name is Ben Taylor. I'm a self-aware narcissist on this channel to provide awareness of narcissistic abuse. I help set people free from the obsessive thoughts, the rumination, the trauma bond that keeps you stuck to a toxic person, or the piece that makes you feel like you want to go back over and over, where you're actually out of the relationship, but you still don't have peace because you still have this longing, this thought process, this first person you think of, last person you think of at the beginning and the end of your day, and it keeps controlling you. If you want to be free from that, go to rawmotivations.com. Click on the Clarity Challenge. Would love to be able to help you move forward in the healing process. The scripted out 45-day process that we've seen multiple people graduate from and find their freedom and their growth moving forward. Now, it's true. I mentioned in all my videos pretty much on YouTube, I'm a self-aware narcissist. Okay. That awareness, we've got several different videos about how that came about. Part of it was understanding that I dealt with shame before I even knew that I was a narcissist. Part of it was understanding the personalities that I have, like the different ways that I show up. When I talk about personalities, I'm talking about like assessments, like Myers-Briggs, DISC, Enneagram, different things where I'm like, I'm different than other people. And so in seeing that, it started opening up different things of avenues of trying to understand. Okay, maybe I just have, low emotional intelligence. Let me learn about that. Let me work on this. And all of a sudden I start seeing that, hey, the problems that I keep seeing in other people are not as much in other people as they are in me, in my own perception, my own reality, and what I actually am believing. And it wasn't until I went through an evolution of understanding that I had lies in my life. I knew I lied to other people, but the fact that I actually lied to myself, that was new. Didn't think that that was the case. Didn't think that was part of my reality. But when I started realizing that the lies that I had were sedating me, were keeping me hidden, were keeping me pushed down to not actually have the reality that I want, to not have a connected relationship, to not have a life that was actually fulfilling, because it just meant I kept going from person to person to person to person, it started to shift some of my perspective. That started a journey that is still ongoing of me developing and changing and transforming myself into the person I'm called to be, which is not the abusive asshole that I have been. So when we bring up this aspect of awareness, when we bring this aspect up of my relationship, has it changed? A whole lot. There's a lot of things in the relationship that were embarrassing to be able to say because of how abusive I was. Didn't hit my wife, but emotionally and mentally was at the place where I might as well have because of how it was messing with her mind, how it was hurting her, how it was beating her down mentally and emotionally on a day-to-day basis. This could be just simply as walking into the house and providing this tension there that she knew it wasn't a safe place. It's been extremely hard for her in the growth process to actually learn how to share her feelings, to be able to open up, to be able to cry in front of me, because it was always something that was belittled, put down, yelled at, all these different things. And so it's been a giant transition from what it used to be to where it is now. There'd be times that there would be panic attacks that would ensue because of how my intenseness, because of what I was saying, because of how I was coming across. There'd be arguments that would rage late into the night, creating no sleep and causing like huge problems in the relationship and huge issues in her life. There's been so many different things that have happened in that. Now, we bring on top of that all of the hurt that I caused from the emotional, the physical affairs, all the things that I did that hurt her because of how I betrayed her, because of how I did these different things. Talk about even like the separation that we had for months where like she was able to start working and focusing on developing herself, and I actually started working on being honest. Like this whole process has been a giant process. Any of you that think your narcissist is going to magically change overnight because you told him that you were leaving and all of a sudden he's changed and different, it's not true. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of hard work to have any significant change happen at all. So how is it actually different now? One thing that's different is we actually like talk, like we actually communicate. Like it's amazing. Like we're able to have a conversation. Like we're able to move forward every single day and actually interact. One of the things that just this year that we've been trying to work on, I've been trying to work on, has been, hey, like I want to be able to interact with you. I want to be able to date you. And so one of these aspects has been having weekly date nights, whether that's date ins if the babysitter can't be here, or date out where we go out. But it's been making it a priority, because early in the relationship, it was never a priority. We never dated, never cared. And I would only do that whenever she like forced my hand of like, well, we need to do this. We haven't gone out, take me out, whatever it might be. And this year it's been, hey, we're doing it every single week, no matter what. Sometimes we're like, that's a lot. Yeah. And it's worth it because it's been transforming our relationship from the inside out, of us spending focused time on each other, working on the relationship. One of the other things that's changed drastically in the relationship, again, comes down to my perspective of it. It's come down to me working on taking out my ego, because my ego always had me roll over her and say, hey, I'm right, no matter what. Being able to look at my wife now and actually tell her, hey, I was wrong. I did that. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Being able to actually work through and change like what I'm doing. Like having something that's happened and then being like, okay, I'm not going to do that again, and actually changing that, versus like, oh, I'm not going to do that again, and then I do it. Oh, I'm not going to do that again, and then I do it. Actually having transformation. That's the difference. Change oftentimes is this idea of like we're just changing the same exact thing. Think of it this way really quick. Let's say you have a triangle. And the triangle looks like this, and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to change. And then we shift the direction of the triangle. We shift the length of the triangle, whatever it might be. That oftentimes is what change looks like. It's just modification. It's just behavioral modification, words that change, ideas that change, thought processes that change, but not true transformation inside out. Because when you transform someone inside out, something has to break down. Something has to evolve. Something has to be exposed. This comes with honesty, this comes with vulnerability, and this comes with a lot of hard work. Most people are not willing to do the hard work. Narcissists, survivors, humans oftentimes are not willing to do the hard work on themselves and to do it consistently. It's really hard to find people that do stuff consistently. So one of the things that I've been working on over the past year has been consistency in what I'm doing in all aspects of life. Consistency in working out, in eating healthy, consistency in meditating every single day, consistency in stacking, working through the mental process of rewiring the story that I believe on a day-to-day basis, consistency in how I show up for my wife, consistency in how I connect with God, consistency of how I run my business. All of these things have been like, hey, I need to be extremely consistent every single day to transform who I actually am, to build in habits that are actually good. Recently this year, we've been able to spend the most time together, my wife and I, than what we have before ever. Because I've been transitioning and changing my focus from being work-related or other people-related to actually being focused on her. Think of it this way. Over the past year, we've had the opportunity of not just having, over the whole course of the year, it'll be 52 date nights, not just having weekly date nights, but also having weekends away. Being able to spend quality time away from our house, away from at times our daughter, of just saying, hey, it's just the two of us, and we're just here for a couple days to be able to say we're going to invest in each other. Now, the reason why I bring it up is because this year we're doing 4 of those, 4 like weekends away, 2 to 3 days away, just ourselves. And that's opened up different spaces, different opportunities, different connection that was never there. Where before this, we might have had 7 years and had maybe 1 vacation because I didn't care. I wasn't actually willing to invest time, energy, and money in the relationship. I was only looking at it for me. What I wanted to get through this, to deal with this, so I could move forward and just do what I wanted to do versus actually invest in another person. So hopefully that answers some of the question of just what has been transitioned in our life, how life is different, and life has been really amazing. Is there ups and downs? Yeah. Is there difficult conversations? Absolutely. But is it 100% different than what it was before? Yes. Because there's this whole aspect of no longer having lies, dealing with the truth, stepping into the facts, and working on the story that I believe to actually show up in a healthy way for my wife. It's been really awesome to develop that love again, to develop that connection again, and to continue moving forward every single day, working on me so I can show up better for her, for our daughter, and for the people that I serve every single day. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. If y'all need any help, I'd love to talk to you. You can go to rawmotivations.com, grab a one-on-one, jump inside some of our challenges. Would love to be an influence in your life, breaking free and becoming the person that you're called to be.